Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live trading room recap for Tuesday, February the 6th. Yes, it is February the 6th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of the trading room. And if you have any questions for me, this is the email address you can use. This is the address to get into the free room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to enter our room. This is a subscription link. There's a promo code there. And again, I'm just going to tell you right at the top, we are having a price increase on February the 16th. So if you're a current subscriber, it will not affect you. If you take out a subscription between now and then, it will not affect you. And by that I mean you'll be grandfathered in at the rate of your current subscription, or if you take out a new subscription right now, as long as you maintain your subscription. So you won't have to worry about the it's a between 20.5 to 22% depending on the subscription plan you take. All right. I open the room at about 9 o'clock every morning, Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, and I get live on the mic at 9:05. I go to 3:30, Monday to Thursday, and let me just write that down, and 3 o'clock on Fridays. All right. Sorry about that. What a day. First of all, let's take a look at the SPY. Again, if you were trading yesterday, you saw the carnage here. Uh, Take a look on the daily chart. I mean, we're already in a bit of a downturn, of course, and then that was Friday, and then Monday, the unbelievable day. If you were following this, uh, sorry about that. If you were following this, at one point, the SPY was down, or the market was down. Let's take a look at the Dow. The Dow was down, 300 points, and then all of a sudden it was accelerating down 500 points, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it was crazy. It got down to I think almost 1,600 points, and then almost in the blink of an eye, I think within about 5 minutes, it recovered 800 points, and then before it closed down 1,100. I mean, it was an insane day. Even this morning, the Dow was up or sorry, was down about, I think it was down about 500 before it recovered. Now we're up 64. So, man, oh man, which is one reason why Holly is, you're not, somebody said, well, how come Holly is not, Holly will not, when it's this volatile, if you're not like an expert, I don't even want to say expert trader, but if you're not used to this sort of a market, it's probably just best to kind of sit on the sidelines for a while and let things settle down because it can be very nerve wracking. Anyway, having said all that, let's see what I did. So OCLR, this was my little star. You can see here it had released earnings actually yesterday afternoon after the market closed. No big reaction, but then this morning, this is the tan area. This is reaction, and then look at this. Now, what really intrigued me about it, though, is that I noticed that there were about 4 or 5 analysts, and some fairly significant ones, upgrading this anywhere from eight to $9, with price targets. So I thought that was very interesting. So not only did it have earnings, but it had all these analysts piling into it. So, bottom line is, I ended up taking this trade right here at 625. Let's close it now. Let's get 625. I took it right around here, which was before. Normally, I like to wait the first 15 minutes out. But some of the smaller ones, I just had a feeling was over 6. I thought, okay, the worst it's going to do, it's going to go back. I put about a 15-cent stop on it. If it got close to 6, I was going to get out. But look what it did. I mean, this just accelerated almost immediately. I got out along the way, of course. I took some out at 637, 656, and at 670, my last. It's still hanging tough here, but that, was very, very quick early trade for me, especially then once the market was just tanking. So I was pretty thankful to get into a long play like this. Basically set the tone for me for the balance of the day. I did take a couple of others. Let's see. Yeah, QTNT didn't work out for me. I still have my eye on it. This is the one, of course, if you were in the room yesterday, you know that I was in this one right here. just before it took that big spike up. I did not get out, unfortunately, right at the top there. Got out down here, and this was a company. But then after that, it just basically fell flat. Had earnings though. It was an earnings play after hours. And man, this I have to admit, this surprised me. I did not think it would do something like this, a small one, based on its earnings. But look, I was very wrong. I finally ended up taking this trade at 433. If you look at the daily chart, you might see why. Yeah, I wanted it to clear this little area there. You see this little area right here? I thought, okay, if it can really clear this area, even though it was already up a lot, then it could really take a run up to that 5. And bottom line is, I got in at 433 and I took myself out at I think 426. So definitely we'll watch this one going forward tomorrow. See if it has any sort of follow through, like a sort of a second day follow through after earnings. Because if it does break through this, it does have some room on a percentage basis. Now, kudos to Peter in the room, Peter Graham. I think Peter Grams or Graham, sorry. Um, he his specialty is calling, well, not so much this one. But you'll see later if you're in the room, and again, we have a lot of great traders in this room, and it's not about my telling you what to buy and sell all day long. Far, far from it. But he got into this short, I think around 120, and wrote it down to here. So that was a great short. But a lot of times, what he's doing is he's looking at tops. Can't remember the other one that he did, but I started. I do have this bouncers toppers, and I'll show you what I'm in. The bouncers toppers, basically looking, and you'll see Redfin. I'm all out of it now, but you can see what this is looking for. It's looking for stocks that are really. I think it has to have 5 minute candles in a row. Now this one has these are 15-minute candles, so it was really moving up. And I look for maybe a bit of a topping formation. You see you've got a couple of topping tails, very minor, up here around 263ish. And so I ended up taking this short right here at 251. I basically said, okay, if this goes back up here, I'm out. It's that simple. But I thought it was a good enough risk, but a 10-cent stop, and look what it did. I covered on the way down, of course. I always take, because this is a strong stock. This could have just been its first momentary pullback. But, I got in at 2151 on the short. So it's right about here. And what I like about these is that it's quick. Remember, this is a 15-minute candle, so this is really a quick trade. And I covered some on the way down at 2134, just before the whole number, in case it couldn't break the whole number at 2109. Covered some more at 2091, and then as it broke up over 21, I'm out. I was out most of my position right down here. Only held a little bit just in case it really capitulated downwards, but it didn't. So I'm going to start watching a little bit more these. This was another one that wasn't quite as dramatic, but you can see what's happening. Light. See, we have this pattern up here. Big move. A couple little topping tails, and then maybe there's the top, and I ended up shorting this one at 5080. Right here. As it broke down underneath the whole number. Now this got down to 5030. So another really quick trade. I mean, I'm not looking. I'm not expecting, especially a strong stock. I'm not expecting it to move $2-3. But I'll take these, because you can put fairly tight stops on them. It was basically going to be a 20-cent stop. So I'll risk 20 cents in order to make 30, 40, 50 cents, which is basically what happened on this one. And now it's resumed. And that's why with the Redfin, that's why I will cover some, even though obviously if I hadn't covered anything and covered most of it down here, would have made more money. But just like the other one, it could have stopped right there and then resumed. So anyway, you really have to be prepared to short stocks in this market, guys. I don't know what's going to happen now. I mean, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Right now, the market is up. It's up modestly 26. So we'll have to see, but you have to have an open mind. But if you're not used to shorting, then sit on the sidelines for a while, and or not comfortable shorting, just sit on the sidelines for a while. Watch what we do in the room. Everybody thinks shorting is such a big risk. A bigger risk, in my opinion, if you're doing it intraday than going long anything. So anyway, that's my opinion. Let me bring back the capture program. So, again, if you have any questions for me, this is the email address you can use. Link for the free trading room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to come into the room. A link for a subscription, 15% off promo code is there. I'll open the room to a member with a big price increase on February the 15th, so only a few more days. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Start to share my screen then, and I got live on the mic at 9:05. So hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.